the Ohio Boys podcast. This the boys. We're back again.
Long way to return. You know, took a bit of a hiatus.
You know, holidays, Christmas, things of that nature. But you know, happy to be back. Gracious to be back. As always,
in the new studio.
I was just saying, in the new studio. Shout out Westside Productions.
Yeah.
Fuck it. What are we gonna talk about, boys?
Today.
Your mom.
Actually, I have a question for everybody off top.
What's your question, Tyler?
What do you guys listen to in the morning time? Like when you first get up, when you first listen, like the first type of music that you put through your ears, or let's say not music, but first thing that goes to your ears.
Funk music.
Funk music?
Like what
Like
exactly?
Earth, Wind, and Fire, Mark?
Whatever.
That's kind of disco.
Whatever's on my playlist, Tyler. I got a special
What's the difference
playlist.
between funk and disco?
A lot of
Funk
stuff.
is
There's a lot of
actually
moving
good.
Parts.
You don't like disco music?
No,
think-
disco is really underrated as a genre, and it kind of just got silenced because it was just
It's not
black
good.
people taking control of an entire genre that got really popular.
Man, we can't have that.
There was actual like people that got together and they would burn like vinyls and CDs and shit in like a big fire. Like
Is
an old book
disco?
burning.
Was disco? I feel like that
Disco was mainly led
I feel like they just
by
created
black
disco
gay
and
people.
funk just to take black people out of disco music, and just say, "Oh, funk music."
It's crazy
You're black.
because disco music is also just cocaine music. They were sniffing.
Okay,
the
so
hell.
is disco.
It's cocaine music, Tyler.
It's all cocaine. It's the '70s, bro.
Listen,
I was gonna say,
go
we were
back.
leading into the
You wanna go
80s.
back
The
to
coke was
cocaine
pure,
music?
white people had
And
rhythm.
when they
It was
were-
great.
When they were really sniffing like crazy amounts. Hey, I want to go back to that time. I want a big afro, chest hair out.
Tyler, I've been telling you for a while now. You need to start dressing like it's the 70s. I need Tyler with a big afro.
You're a sick
Hey, I want
nigga.
Like, do you
Tyler,
remember what
do you
Scooby-Doo
wanna
looked
peek my
like when he had
playlist?
the afro?
Oh, hold on. Before we pick your playlist, Phil, Xavier, what you guys be listening to in the morning time?
I listen to like feel good hip hop, like "Summertime" by DJ Jazzy Jeff and Will Smith.
It's
I thought
always
you were gonna
different
say-
for me.
I thought you were gonna say "Summertime" by Childish Gambino.
No.
And I was gonna be like, that's a great song. But
It is a good song, but that's
Both
not what
songs
I
are
mean.
great.
Like,
well, yeah.
like today was a good day. That "Summertime."
Okay.
It changes for me every morning because, like, just how I listen to music in general is very based on mood and just what I'm interested in listening to at that exact moment. So, like, the other day I started my day off with, like, the Rome Streets album that came out last year. I forget what it's called. But today I started it off with, like, a bunch of kind of, like, DIY punk music. Like, there's a band called Sleep
DIY.
Cult.
Do it
Yeah,
yourself.
like up and comers, kind of like I don't want to say indie, like they're not signed to a label. I don't know that
Well,
much
technically,
about
you're
the band.
indie if you're
but,
just
like,
not signed to a label.
Yeah,
Anything's
but indie music has kind of like taken on its own
Sound now.
not even just sound, but just kind of like its own like connotation. Because indie music, like by definition, is just any band that's not really signed to a label. It is just an independent band that's doing it themselves. But there's
That's
a lot
dumb.
of bands that have been signed to labels that just get thrown into the indie category because nobody really wants to talk about like really subcategories like we've all listened to Boy Pablo in here, right?
Yeah.
Way before any of us were really hip to Boy Pablo, they were still signed to a record labels like 777, and we all just called it indie music because none of us really wanted to sit there and be like, no, it's bedroom pop, guys. Like,
That's what that's called.
yes, that whole like Claro, like Boy Pablo, like that whole big sound
Bedroom
wave.
pop.
Dude,
Is
there's
bedroom
so
pop.
many
or
like
bubblegum
Europe.
pop, depending on who you talk to and who you really want to
There's-
include in the list. But
Aren't they
teach their
European?
own.
Aren't
Yeah,
they
they're
European?
from-
Yeah, no, they're
There's
from
so
Norway.
many subgenres of just the same music in Europe.
It's. I mean,
I
it
feel
wasn't
like they do it just
necessarily
to be
just
trendy.
in Europe. It was just that kind of like indie pop wave that was coming out at that time.
Yeah, but indie pop sounds stupid because they're signed to a label. You can't
Exactly.
be
That's-
indie.
That was the point I was trying to make.
That's
Like
so
indie
dumb.
as a word has been so just thrown around that it's come to mean something that it doesn't actually mean. But it just fits because nobody knows what the fuck to call stuff.
Shout out to the production company stealing a genre that they literally cannot have.
I would say the reason why I asked what everyone listens to in the morning is mainly because like
The
I don't know.
tweets about listening to rap in the morning.
Yeah,
I know
was gonna say
exactly
the
what you're
tweet-
talking
like
about,
the
Tyler.
like there's been a tweet going around like, yo, like if you listen to rap music in the morning, you're a weirdo. Like you're a strange person. And I just
Why?
thought
What's the
Catch me at
basis of that
6
argument?
a.m. blasting Lucky. Like,
because
come on.
okay, think about it.
Like,
Hey,
wait,
if you
that's
are
funk?
No, Lucky, like the Chicago artist. I'm pretty sure he's from Chicago.
I feel like if you like, there's certain type of rap music that I feel like if you do wake up, you're probably trying to be a menace that day. Like if you listen to like early Chief Keef or like early XX Tentacion.
Nigga, if you wake up in the morning and you play Young Boy, you need to go to jail.
It's bright and early, 6 a.m. It's time for death grips, baby.
Hey, I had to say, yeah, I understand.
Why can't I just be different?
Well, you can be different.
You can just be different.
But to be fair, there is a kind of like a shitting on connotation, because I think just as weird as someone listening, let's say Young Boy in the morning, if you're listening to heavy streamo music like right on the AM, right on the wake up,
well, maybe you just want to kill yourself, Tyler.
No,
I was gonna say,
actually, maybe you just want to kill yourself.
Especially like adrenaline, like music that like gives you an adrenaline rush.
Mark listens to Toby Keith
That's
in
a
the morning.
good. No, I don't. I need that wake up. That wakes me up in the morning.
Yeah, the red
While I'm brushing
Solo
my
cup.
teeth. No.
okay, time out. But just homie going raw, and then the mic is how's that waking you up? The nigga, well, they're just slamming away on the drums, and like, yeah, I'm awake. Like, no, like,
some energy, man.
Nigga,
Feel to it.
Throw some Etta James. Call it a morning. Like, we
So I can go back to sleep.
Just because you're a soft
I can
dude
sit
doesn't
here
mean
and,
everybody else gotta be soft.
It's 6
It's not
a.m.
about
It's
to be-
time to think about her. Like, come on.
Hey,
You do me. It's 6
I'm not gonna lie.
a.m.
Spangle in the morning.
I'm not gonna lie. So
You know what? Shout out Spangle.
I just say in the so I've asked a few friends, Sam, Jacob, my friend Chloe, Faith, just a few people that we know, and I got a what my friend Chloe, she said she listens to country music in the morning, like she
As she should.
It's like Dustin something, I don't know his name, but
Dustin Poirier,
no, it was not Dustin
goat.
Poirier,
the diamond.
but for the most part, I asked Carter. Carter's like R&B. Faith was like R&B. Jake was like he listens to like pop music almost.
Carter's lying. He listens to this podcast every morning. Just the episode he was on, though. No love for the rest of us.
Yep.
I'm not gonna fake. One time Carter picked me up and we took his mom he took his mom's car instead of his car for some reason. And I get in the car, this nigga look at me with a bonnet on and start playing Tyrese. Looked at me serious as can be.
Carter, you wear a bonnet?
Yes, he wear a bonnet. Yeah,
Respect.
it keeps the hair in order while he sleeps.
I was say Carter Cloud's in the building. He's recording for us today. Actually, he's behind the camera. Y'all might see him later. Yeah,
Yeah.
no, put a boot track.
But yeah, I just want to know what everybody would listen to in the morning time. Like how you wake up,
Wait,
how you
like I just don't understand why are you weird if you listen to some like adrenaline music in the morning to wake you up? Like it gets the juices flowing. You know what I'm saying?
If someone's playing,
It's the blood rush.
If someone's playing fucking Still Trapping by fucking Dirt and King Von, I'm think you're on minutes time. I don't want to.
Maybe I want to hit my production numbers at work. Maybe I'm trying to get in there. Blood pump. Maybe I want to raise, nigga.
No. It seems like you're trying to hurt somebody. Like, hey, there are certain rap music that I feel like in the morning is a little bit too much. But
This all boils down to the fucking
the
black Air Force energy memes that were coming around. It's the same like connotation. It's the same shit.
Okay, but sometimes you gotta be a dog. If you're going to work and you want to be motivated at your job, maybe you gotta be a dog.
Well, yeah, there's. Hey, listen to a podcast.
Channel your DMX.
Listen to a podcast. You ain't got to turn on Young Boy.
No,
you ain't like you ain't got to
turn on Young Boy.
You have to put on the Pooh Shiesty get to go to the factory floor. Like, calm it down.
Why not?
Nigga, you're filing papers.
What if that's just what you like?
Well, that's okay, but you don't have to do it that early in the morning. Like something else early in the morning.
It's 6 a.m. I have to listen to fucking smooth jazz.
This just tells me you're soft.
You know what? I've been there. There's mornings I listen to like old death metal albums, like I forget the album, but the band's called Cancer. They're really good. Or like there's times where I'll listen to Chet Baker and random shit like that.
Listen to the Lindas, the Lindas.
I'm not hip to the Lindas. I'm gonna have to pee.
Say no, they're amazing. They're a beautiful band, like pop, like kind of like pop rock, punk, something like that. Yeah, something like that. Kind of like the Beths almost.
Guys, you know what? You know why Tyler doesn't listen to this music in the morning? It's because he's a Drake fan.
No.
He needs a hug in the morning.
I don't even listen to Drake in the morning.
He needs somebody to tuck him in when he goes to sleep and kiss him on the forehead.
They're never gonna know.
They're never gonna know.
We know. It's just funnier to make fun of Tyler.
They're never gonna know.
I know very well. It's just way funnier to make fun of Tyler.
I'm gonna say, really?
Tyler's got a list of people in his.
It's sadder for
little
you,
notebook
but like it's funnier.
that he used to love from the first girl he liked at preschool.
I get it, but like
he's that type of guy. All right.
Hold on.
Say
that again, Mark.
You got a book you probably got a list of girls that you used to like, and you're like, damn, missed that one. Damn,
He said it's not a book, it's my notes app.
He's really talking about me. Like, he's really talking about me. Disrespectful.
Hey, time out.
Tyler,
on real shit. It is 2023. Just want to say that Happy New Year to everybody out there. Happy New Year.
No.
You said Happy New Year's just to stop Mark from dogging you?
No.
Yes.
This is going to something else. I feel like this coming year, I'm really gonna be honest with myself. If
Tyler would be honest with himself, he would stop saying that everything we say about him is like lies propagated by the state. There's no way we have years worth of running jokes with Tyler, and every time any of them come up, he's like, how?
70 to 80% of their lies are propagated by the state.
Nigga, I thought you said you were going to be honest with yourself.
I am being honest.
No,
I be honest.
see,
God
you're
truth.
lying right to the camera. We have evidence now.
Camera, listen.
Look, you're smiling.
Propagated by the state. But I will say this. I will say this. My first girlfriend, I don't miss her. I just wanted to hit really bad. That's all that was. I ain't miss her. It was just because I wanted to hit at the time. I was chasing. That's fine.
Okay,
I was chasing a nut. The second girl, I lost a bad bitch, and that's just that. Like, I loved her.
Everybody
she
was
had my
16
soul.
and
like,
shitty at one point.
I would like to take credit for being 100% right about what Tyler does in the morning. He
18.
reflects on all of his past relationships,
of
and that's why he needs something smooth in the morning.
Time out. I don't reflect on any of my relationships.
Tyler watches
Why are you crossing your arms like that?
Because instrumental just starts playing out of nowhere.
No, I don't. I just don't. I don't.
That's crazy. I just crossed my arms because I didn't know.
Mad.
No, I didn't know what else to do with my hands. I didn't know what else to do with my hands. I didn't want to
take a defensive stance.
I didn't want to pick up my phone. Okay, cool.
Yeah, no train game today, Tyler.
I would have said that's why I crossed my arms. He got this shit crossed.
I was big. I'm hiding my stomach from the camera. I was gonna say he's got titties to hold. I was gonna say
I ain't gonna fuck with you, but I was gonna say nah.
It's okay. You don't.
Second girlfriend is I lost a bad bitch. Fumbled a bag, bad bag to fumble, and then the third girl, she wasn't my girlfriend, but was a girl that again another bad bitch.
You made her sleep on the couch.
See, lies propagated by the.
Tyler, where'd you sleep that night?
He said,
Tyler, where'd you sleep that night?
It was the girl after her that slept
Hey
on the
Alexa,
couch. Relax.
send her to the couch.
Time out. She did sleep on the couch.
That's all I didn't know.
She did sleep on the couch, but it's not the way that it's portrayed.
Yeah, he said
the propagate because it's propagated.
Yeah, you
it's
gave her a choice.
Complete truth.
You said you could either sleep on this couch or that couch.
That's crazy.
Because you had two of them.
You
He
do
was
have two
balling like
couches.
that.
I had 3 couches actually, but
So he got it like that. She had a whole plethora to choose from.
That's wild. The lies.
You gave her a blanket?
Yeah, of course.
I bet you picked first though. You ain't give her the blanket you wanted.
I had the blanket from my room.
See, you wanted to smell the musk.
Nah, that's why I didn't sleep in there.
That's Tyler's
Because the
whoopee.
bed was wet.
You don't like the. Yo, you got it like that? we find out Stroke King.
No, it wasn't not like that, but like the bed was wet, so I was like, nah, I'm not about. I tried, like it was like a good 10 minutes went by. I'm like, nah, this ain't comfortable.
You gotta get the hair dry.
You not laying in the swamp?
I don't have a hair dryer. Nah,
I'm admiring my work.
Hey, that's crazy.
That's what I'm saying.
I was gonna say,
air fry for that.
I was gonna say I got a little snorkel that I put on and then I dive in it.
Oh no, nah. I wanted to be comfortable while I was sleeping.
That is comfortable.
That wasn't
You
comfortable.
know Xavier's waking up, and after he kicks her out, he's going back to
No, you got
sheets.
That's where I get because my mouth be dry in the morning because I breathe through my mouth. It's the
That's the moisture you get?
Yeah.
You're so
You get some
disgusting.
mouthwash in?
yeah.
You're
It's
so
like
disgusting.
I'm
You know
not.
how little kids like suck their blankets?
Yeah.
I'm not gonna focus you. I'm gonna be completely honest. I feel like next time I just know that just have to throw a towel down next time.
He said, "Yeah, I got it like that. I ain't never had to put a towel down. I don't stroke like you.
That's crazy.
I just change the sheets.
I'm just giving weak days.
I say,
Well, Xavier, you get on the bottom so you don't crush her.
Huh?
You get on the bottom so you don't crush her.
That should
I
be a workout.
bet that shit sound like water.
hey,
I need it.
you go multiple rounds or you just go one round and then you done.
Oh no, yeah, I got a little.
She getting
I
slick
gotta go.
7 minutes, and it's
No, I can go multiple rounds because quick. I got a what's it called? Sleight of hand.
You go multiple
reload
rounds?
Fast reload.
Nah.
Fire rate high. Fast reload. I'm good.
Overkill.
No, not overkill.
That's when
I was
you
gonna
bring
say,
the,
Mark,
that's
I'm
when
out
you bring
here-
the rose out. That's overkill. You got 2 primaries.
Then we're here giving out hit markers. Like,
I run around with a throwing knife and a rocket launcher. That's what I do.
yeah, we know, Mark.
She's one hit. She's one hit, guys.
She's so close, I swear.
But no, I had to say for the most part, I don't know. I don't. Just talking about me and my actions. Like, do y'all have?
I don't want to talk about it.
Because Tyler's the biggest Drake fan here. That's what he does. He turns on some Drake and reflects about all his past relationships. That's the first thing he
I just want
does.
to say I don't listen to Drake in the morning.
The past
And then
5
he
times
looks in
we've
the
been in the
mirror
car
and
together.
just gives himself a hug. Like,
The past 5 times we've been in the car together, and we had had a couple beverages. How many times have I played Marvin's Room and just started talking to you
A
about?
few times.
Okay, that's all y'all.
but that's in the nighttime, though.
No, I do it in the morning.
Oh,
Too.
you do it in the morning?
But that's the
Oh.
crazy part. I
This
don't
is
listen to
exactly
Drake.
what Xavier's talking about when he says y'all don't know. No, we know how sad you are. We just don't want to make it worse.
I feel like
It's way funnier to make fun of Tyler.
I don't.
just leave me alone.
I don't listen to Drake in the morning. That's number one. Not because there's not the right song.
He's blasting
Not the right-
Jason Coleman.
No, for this past week, I've been playing a lot of old Posty, going back to
92 Explorer was hitting yesterday on the ride. To
92
ATC.
Explorer, a beautiful song off of Beer Boggers and Bentleys. Beautiful. I'm gonna say other than that, throwing some R&B like Etta James, something like that, some shit like that. Something
Okay.
quick, something slight.
I got a question for y'all. Where's y'all favorite, like some of y'all favorite places to eat downtown that probably nobody's ever been to?
Taza.
Where?
Taza.
What is Taza?
West 3rd. It's a Lebanese spot.
Nigga, why are you whispering?
No, he's keeping it a secret. He's keeping it
He is
a
gatekeeping. He was definitely gatekeeping.
Is that good?
Whatever that Puerto Rican spot we went to, the arcade.
Oh, that place was so good.
I say that was-
I wish we had their name because we definitely were supposed to go back in there and like give them like OBP stuff to hang up. We were gonna shout them out, and I forgot to do that.
I just say
We should go there
The
today.
Puerto Rican spot was amazing in the arcade. Loved it. Everything just great. Great food. Can't be mad at good
The
food.
empanadas
What
were
about you?
on point.
I don't know. Every time I go downtown to eat something, I either hit a food truck or I hit a new spot. So it's not like I've ever really had a favorite that I return to.
That's fair. I went to the Pizza Hut that I got on right now. Jake's Pizza. Dude, owner.
Yeah, are they
his
paying us?
Name isn't Jake. No, but I told him I would do this because he was really cool. He gave me this hat. That's what I was
Alright,
gonna
now
wear.
flip the hat
Okay.
to
gonna say.
backwards.
No, it's okay. Jake is cool. I'm about
Yeah,
to start
whoever's
eating
editing this tonight.
No, he gave me free pizza. He did pay us actually. He gave me like a whole free pizza.
Where's my
Okay,
pizza?
okay.
It's in the car. I
we
still have
all
pizza in
gotta
the
get
car.
paid.
I'm about to eat it.
You said you about to eat it though.
Yeah, nigga.
Where's my pizza?
I'm promo. You know how the UFC pays us, but the sponsorships pay us? Jake's Pizza.
Nobody
They can't have
paid me.
sponsors. The fighters?
Throwback Thursday.
They haven't had sponsors in like 2014, 2015. I don't know.
Jake's Pizza. This is my Jimmy John's. I'm Bork.
Also, I'm boycotting the UFC from now on.
Shut up. You're lying.
No.
You're
I'm
cat-
still gonna watch, but I'm not paying for a damn pay per view.
Why?
I'm going to a bar or something. Besides the blatant, like the weird judging calls and shit, they also every year they just keep upping their pay per view price
see
and
that.
putting out shittier things.
What is it now?
So
What's the price?
right now, beginning of this year, it is up to $80 a pay per view.
Oh,
so
hell
then
no.
after tax, it's about $85 for the pay per view. And then in 2016, 17, that shit was like $65 after
I got
tax.
a Canelo fight for 60.
Exactly. Like they just because it's
And
crazy.
that fight was way bigger than any UFC fight.
It's crazy because like
No.
outside of the US,
Listen.
they don't really have to pay for pay-per-views. Like in the UK and a lot of other places, if you have I don't know if it's just basic or if you have like a slightly better like a cable package for your average TV, you get the pay-per-views. But they also have to stay up to like 4 a.m. to watch it because time zone differences. But in the US, which is their biggest market, they are just alienating their fan base year after year because like they bitch and moan every time about how people are illegally streaming their pay-per-views and like people aren't really like paying for the pay-per-views and yada yada yada. It's costing them money
Like everything else.
Yet every year they continue to just up the pay-per-view cost. So it's just driving more and more people to those streaming platforms, to pirating, to going to a bar to watch it instead of buying it, and just dropping their sales. It's a really
But that's because most
really
people
piss
that
poor like
most of
mindset
the customers
looking
that
into it.
buy it are like restaurants or like stuff. They make money off showing the
they know their diehards are gonna keep buying it and watching it, because that's how I was when they upped it from like 70 to 75, and then I was paying like what 80 and like 30 cents for a pay-per-view, and I would try and get as many schmucks to my house to try and chip in.
Nobody wouldn't give them shit.
And nobody would give me shit.
No. I will pay Phil.
You're like, there'd be like 2 people that cash at me like $10, and it's only if I ordered a pizza, and it's because they put money on the pizza. And then besides that, I would get so drunk that I would not hound people. I would just be so focused on the fights. I'd be dialed in, you know?
It was great.
And then everybody got to watch the fights for free.
They pay $80.
That wasn't free money.
That's why, Phil. That's why you just need to
every time.
Yeah,
Phil. You just need to open up a bar and then write off the pay-per-views on your taxes.
That one day, you know, there's been talks between like me, my brother, some family friends and stuff, because my brother's a bartender and he wants to open up his own bar in the future. So coming into 2023, that might be actually getting into the works.
you know they have like barstool bars. Can that be an OBP bar? Can we hang our shit everywhere?
Yeah.
Your brother works for us.
And?
So he's putting my shit up.
And?
I wasn't really asking. I was telling you my shit's going up in the bar.
Why are you so mean?
I'm going to take it down. I'm going to personally take it down.
You own the company.
And?
I am the company.
I told you guys for years, I'm taking Tyler's spot as the #1 hater.
This is going to be his year.
You
literally can't.
You want to know why you can't? Because you know you're a hater.
I make my hating even worse by choice, just because I'm trying to outdo Tyler or because it's funny. But Tyler's a natural born hater.
Yes, he's so genuine.
Tyler,
and every time he says our lies are propagated by the state,
if you look at it on surface level, if you came in from the outside and you looked at me and Tyler's hating, my hating is so much worse.
It is.
But I am self-aware. And Tyler, if you call Tyler a hater, it's how? No.
Remember the whole... Okay, so we went to Bowling Green for my birthday. We were sitting in the hotel. And we started talking about Tyler's hating. Carter was there. It was me, Carter, our friend Jake, and Phil. And Tyler. And we're sitting there talking about his hating. And literally, I swear, everyone
for
at
like
the
a
hotel
half hour,
could just hear him going, how? I don't understand. And then we'd explain it to him. He'd be like, what? How? I don't understand. Make any sense. What?
Cut to like 15 minutes later, we get off that topic. We're talking about like football or something else, and immediately he just I hate that, man.
I was like, what?
I was crying.
Also, things Tyler has done. We were sitting there the other day, listening to music.
They're not propagated by the state.
Pusha T came on, and I said, Tyler, who is this? And he said, King, and he went, because I've been trying for a good 8 months to get Tyler to call him King Push from now on, and he said it.
He did say it.
I did slip up that one time, but it is what it is.
Go ahead, get a Drake bar off. Niggas caught me slipping once, okay, so what?
He was thinking about it.
Nah, I most definitely wasn't, but I was like, it is what it is. You know, everybody makes a mistake here and there. That's all that is. Ain't never mad about it.
Everybody has those days.
Everybody has those days. 2023.
Are you quoting Hannah Montana right now?
Yeah.
What's wrong with that, Mark?
Nothing. She's about to get a show back.
Like her show?
What are they about to do?
Montana.
iCarly type reboot?
Yeah. But she's...
Shout out Jeanette McCurdy for standing on her values when they came to her with the iCarly reboot and she told them to go fuck themselves.
Dan Schneider had a weird foot fetish.
Dan Schneider was a creep,
but he wrote some of the greatest shows of all time.
He produced.
He's just...
Harvey Weinstein would produce some of the greatest movies that I've seen, but he was still a diddler.
Bill Cosby's going on tour. Anything can happen.
Bill Cosby is going on tour.
Yeah, Dan. I mean, not like blatantly. Like he wasn't like.
He did rub up against Jeanette McCurdy a couple times.
He was rubbing up. He was making them. Like, he was doing talent scouting, making them do like pool parties so we could see like 12-year-olds in bikinis and shit. Dan Schneider was on some weird shit, man.
Speaking of creeps,
Tyler,
I have a question.
I'm kidding.
No, so I don't know if you guys know this. Bill Cosby is going on tour, and is.
Would you go?
Yeah, that's my
question. Are you
putting
a lid on your drink?
Would you guys go?
No.
Are you putting a sippy lid over it?
No, that's a free
and
roofie.
Are you watching the comedy special when it comes out?
I don't think I would go. Because I don't know.
Like if I handed you a free ticket to Bill Cosby.
If you hand me a free ticket, I'm probably going. It's a free ticket.
It's a free ticket. I can't lie.
Because I feel like
also Bill Cosby's like one of the goats when it comes to comedy. Like Bill Cosby, like just as a stand-up comedian, is a lot of the reason that most of our favorite comedians today got into comedy. Like his actual stand up and stuff like that. The work that man had was great. All the extracurriculars,
not
piss
great.
poor. Not good.
And the only reason why I would go is just based on curiosity.
Would you throw pudding at him?
No.
No, they don't make those anymore. Pudding pops? They were delicious.
Pudding pops.
They were delicious.
They make fudge pops still. That's what it is. That's what I'm thinking of.
Yes, but
You can-
pudding pops were the shit.
You can make a pudding pop.
You can, but you can't just buy them. They don't just like make them. You can't just get pudding pops from the store like you used to.
Phil, we have pudding pops at home.
Tell me about it, Mark.
Why did Megan look at you like you're a liar?
I have no idea what it is either, but I'm making a joke.
Delicious.
I can't wait to get our soundboard.
Yes.
But I just say Bill. I don't know. I would go to the Bill Cosby thing only because the ticket was free. But if I had to pay, like, let's say, an exorbitant amount of money to go see him, no, I'm not paying a crazy amount of money.
I
feel
see
like-
Bill Cosby.
I feel like it's the same reason why I watch
what is the
OJ.
market here? Like, what are you paying to go see Bill Cosby?
I would
What's the-
drop $100 or less.
Are you getting like close seats for $100?
No, it's Bill
Would you
Cosby.
catch
General admission.
Would you catch like $100 nosebleeds to Bill Cosby?
Yeah.
You're crazy.
I wouldn't. I get why you say that. I wouldn't say he's crazy, but like I'm a cheap bastard.
It's egregious.
So like,
you know, I get it. You wouldn't pay like $200 for floor seats just because it's $200.
I don't think you can get
spending money.
$200.
I refuse to spend money.
I don't think you can get floor seat for $200.
That's the craziest part. Is like he literally wouldn't spend. That would be a deal. It'd be like 80% off, and he still wouldn't do that.
It's the same
Probably
thing as
not,
like
no.
the OJ effect. Why people still watch OJ on Twitter
Because he's fucking hilarious.
He's
Mark.
hilarious.
He's goddamn
Try
hilarious.
O.J. Simpson?
O.J. Simpson
Yes.
sat there and said, "I can't go back to California because I might, sit next to him, the real killer at one of the
murderer's gonna
stadiums."
find me.
O.J. Simpson is goddamn hilarious.
That's not funny.
Yes, it is
shit.
hilarious.
That's
It's
so
funny.
shit.
Whether you think he
That's
did it
so
or he
shit.
didn't
Tyler,
do
he
it,
wrote
it
a
is
book
hilarious.
that said I did it in big letters, and then
O.J. Simpson's the
then
reason
it
I
put
want to
would
get a
have-
Bronco. Like he's great.
Whoa, hold on.
you gotta get the OJ
number
spec.
one, the cars are great. Number two, let's not talk about that car chase like it's not iconic.
You gotta get an OJ spec. Come on. If you're getting a Bronco,
If I got
you
an
gotta get
OJ jersey, are you guys letting me get that off?
Yes.
one. Yeah.
I
Yes.
wouldn't. The reason why I would not is because football jerseys aren't really that.
No, it would
outside
be
of
it would be
Tyler,
an 80s style jersey. It'd look good.
I would
Outside-
bring you in close. I'd lean you in and I'd go, the juice is loose. and you'd have to let me get whatever I wanted off at that point.
I'm not lie to you. I don't think. Only reason why because football jerseys aren't really like fashionable. Like
Baseball jerseys.
baseball jerseys are like top tier.
What are you
Then
talking
basketball.
about?
Like if you were to go out to, let's say, a club or something like that.
No,
it
an
goes-
NBA
it
jersey
goes-
is the lowest tier.
No.
Dude,
Yes.
You're
No.
dumb.
It's the most basic jersey
No.
that you can possibly
I would
wear
say
out.
either
wrong.
it's basic,
but it's
or
base-
no.
hockey or football are pretty interchangeable
No,
depending
hockey-
on where you are
hockey's
for
cool 'cause
like
you can
the
make them
worst
into
jerseys. I mean, yeah, but you can also like that's like saying, oh yeah, you can put like a long sleeve or you can wear a t-shirt under a basketball jersey, so
then
it's
you're a
even
schmuck.
better.
That's
It's like,
another thing.
Basketball
If you
jerseys
go
are highly
out,
fashionable because if you have like tattoos throughout your whole thing, you can show them off and it's still nice.
okay, but if you're
Well,
going
we're
out to
talking
a
about
club and they
the-
don't let
the
you in
pure
because you're
jersey,
wearing a
not what you
basketball
can
jersey and nothing
accent.
clubs
under
are
it.
also dumb and they make people pay $20
Okay,
to watch
but you
niggas
can't-
stand in the corner and drink their vodka Red Bull like they're
but
about to
you
do
can't
something.
get in the club with the basketball jersey.
I got in the
That's why
club
you
with a
wear
basketball jersey.
That's why you wear an undershirt.
Yeah, Dante.
Like a
Shout
shirt.
out Dante for letting me in on my
No.
It
birthday.
looks goofy with the undershirt.
If you wear a shooting shirt, it don't look goofy.
Wearing a shooting shirt
What
to
are
the
you,
club
Dwight
like
Howard?
you're actually a hooper is ridiculous.
Are you Dwight Howard or something?
Nigga, hey,
You gonna tell me you're a
whatever-
hooper too, aren't you?
Hey, I'm trying to get in the club, ain't I? Yes or no? So if
Tyler
you're wearing
can't
a shooting
hoop for
shirt, get me in the
nothing.
club. Hey, I wear the shooting shirt. Fuck you.
I
That
would,
ain't my
like,
so you're
fault.
I would
corny.
pull out a Nerf basketball
Say
hoop
it,
and I'd be
nigga.
like, shoot
You're
it.
corny.
Say
Nigga, I
it,
said
nigga.
it. Corny.
Bet. Say,
Corny.
I get.
You're wearing
zero-
a shooting shirt to the club.
If with the jersey, yeah.
This is why
You got, like, the
basketball.
elbow
This is why
guards and
basketball
the knee
jerseys are
pads
the
and
lowest
shit.
tier.
That's a little
You
much.
got the matching shorts on too, don't you?
No.
And you got on
You got the neon
fucking-
like
yeah.
Nike Pro socks or whatever.
The vapors.
And you got compression
with the
pants
padding on
too.
the
So
back.
you're like, no, I'm wearing pants. Look.
Nah, fuck
If
that.
we're gonna
No.
talk about corny clothing, can we talk about pit vipers?
Yeah,
I like
Because
pit
pit
vipers.
vipers are so corny.
Or what about the dudes that wear the soccer jerseys? Those are
wrong with
literally
soccer
just
jerseys?
they're just t-shirts.
They're jerseys.
They're not jerseys. They're t-shirts.
They're all
they're
jerseys.
t-shirts.
Then okay, then
They're dry fit
NBA jerseys
t-shirts.
are just beaters, Mark. Like no, it doesn't
Yeah.
work like that.
Yeah, they basically
If it's
are.
a Pistons jersey, it's a beater.
So,
Then it looks like I got one fancy beater.
The Pacers
You're
literally
my
had
D-Rod
like the white
jersey.
beater lines in their shit for a while.
Mark, they're called pinstripes. The Yankees
Okay.
have them too.
Yeah, and it looks just as goofy. Yankee jerseys are the worst.
We have an
That's the most
opening
basic
on the
thing.
OBP.
No.
If anyone
you
would
wear
like
a
to
Yankee
try
jersey
out-
or a Yankee hat and you don't
just
even
gonna
watch
Megan
baseball,
replace
fuck
you.
I'm going to become a Yankee fan just to piss
I
Mark
think time
off.
out. First off, no offense. What is it? The Yankees is like the NY.
New York, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. So they like low key. Those like that's just like a in a sense a New York staple. Like
Okay, but
a lot of
if people
wear-
aren't from New York, then it doesn't matter. Like, people in Cleveland wear Yankee hats and don't watch
because
baseball
that's
for
just
no
fashion.
reason.
That's
It's
just
not
black.
fashion.
That's
It's dumb. It's
No,
basic.
time out.
What is
There's
he-
a lot
what
of
I'm talking
No,
about?
there's a
Tyler's
lot
got
of
a point.
black
People do
there's
just
a lot
kinda
of black
dick ride
people who
that,
wear,
but,
who
like-
wear the Yankee fitted, and they're not from New York, never been to New York.
Jay-Z said
but
that
they
he made
just
the
wear-
Yankee
That's
hat more
bad.
famous than the Yankee King.
Yankee
Yeah?
game.
I mean, no, because
Oh,
like
I
that
don't
has
know what he
always kind
said.
of been
I
fashionable.
don't even like Jay-Z. I'm a Nas.
Look at the swag era of clothing, like that 2013, 2014 when
Snapbacks?
you had the snapbacks, like
So getting on topic.
jerseys and shit.
We're good. We're good.
Can we talk
on it.
about,
we can
can we
move
talk
on.
about how shitty Carter's new song was?
You're crazy.
If you listen, I was gonna say, and that nigga lied. He never drank Grey Goose and apple juice till today. We got it right here. Look at him, long ass,
at
reaching over here.
But
I need a picture of Carter, like like the blurry Bigfoot photo where he's like this. I need a blurry Carter photo.
Carter, I got a question for you. Just nod yes or no, and I'll tell everyone what you said. Would you drink E&J with me if I bought some? He said yes. You're sick.
said yes.
You're a sick man.
What's wrong with E&J?
everything.
Hey, all right.
Everything.
Here, I'll give you an example.
Hold on, boys.
It's a
the
nice
two people
value.
in this room that just said, "What's wrong with E&J?" We have 2 openings for the OVP.
Wait, hold on, hold on.
We went to the liquor store.
$50.
But E&J like 25. So we went to the liquor store and I picked up the E&J
So
bottle,
just say
Mark,
you ain't got it like
and
that.
that
Carter.
motherfucker was dusty. Like niggas ain't touched E&J since that liquor
picked it up
store.
off the
Okay.
shelf and had to like an old book. No,
If,
nobody buys this shit.
if
and
you're
then
going to
they
the
should.
liquor store and picking up E&J, that's different.
Where are you supposed to get E&J from?
You get it from
corner
Walmart.
They sell E&J at Walmart?
That's where
Yes.
that video was.
It was the Steelyard Commons Walmart.
I can go to my local Walmart and E&J will be on the
Going
shelf.
to the Steelyard.
No,
Hey.
E&J will be on the
liquor.
shelf.
That's Caucasian activity.
That is Caucasian.
Yeah, you go to
activity.
Walmart to steal liquor. That's
Listen,
what I used to do.
you know what I'm saying?
Thank you. Yeah.
Walmart is cheap.
Walmart is
It's
not
cheaper
playing
from
around
Walmart.
with the thieves anymore.
If
I
you're
work at Walmart.
All it doesn't matter if you're stealing from Walmart or any of these big chains. They know you're stealing. They're gonna let you keep stealing, and they let you get to a certain price point, and then
then
they
they
have
catch
an
you.
actual court case against you
Oh, so I can
for
get a-
felony stealing.
So I can get a couple things.
You can get a couple things,
Shit.
and then
Let me know what
you
the
have
price
to
point
fight it
is.
out in court.
Let me get the price point.
I think anything over $200 goes from small claims to actual court.
They just
Anything
lost-
over $500 is a felony.
So they just lost something.
No,
they,
I
so they
don't
lost
think-
$499 worth of E&J.
okay, they can still take you to actual court because it's above 200. It's not small claims anymore.
Why don't you
And
just
it's-
$199?
why don't you just buy the E&J?
How about you just
only
don't drink
25.
E&J?
You are broke enough to steal E&J because you can't buy it. You shouldn't be drinking E&J. You have other shit to worry about.
Go get a job that pays
You
your
have
bills.
other shit to
Hey,
worry.
look, tell
I'm
me
going
what to do
tell
with my
you
liver.
with this voice I'm using right now. I'm going to tell you you have other shit to worry about than E&J if you can't afford E&J.
But if it's not in the budget to go get me like
Then
some
get a
Crown
job.
or something,
Get a job.
I got a job. That's the hardest part.
Get a hustle. Get a job.
I got
do
a great
something.
job. I got a great
Sell
job.
drugs. Do something.
Sometimes I want to spend 25 and a half a gallon of fucking alcohol. That's
How
fine.
about you go get a second job?
Hey,
Hey, what can we do?
get a side hustle if you cannot afford E&J.
Start Uber.
It's called value.
Uber
If you're
driver.
stealing
It's called
E&J off
value.
the principle,
DoorDash.
then I question your principles.
Mark be irking and jerking and we don't even know it.
Mark's at
listen.
the house dancing like Squidward at the talent show. Like he's irking and jerking.
But no,
What's wrong with that?
Y'all are mad. Y'all are mad crazy. Mad crazy.
Mark won't
Why
drink
are we mad
vodka, but he'll
crazy?
drink
Tyler,
E&J.
why
Well,
do
not you, Phil, not you.
Why do you
Yeah,
hate
not
on
me.
E&J?
That's what I
Because
like.
Why?
E&J's not good. It's not a good drink.
It's not
It is
supposed to be
legit-
good.
Tyler
It's
said,
supposed to
"Yeah,
be
I
cheap
drink
and it's
real
supposed to get you
shitty
drunk."
liquor
That's not
like
true.
Hennessy."
That's
There's
not
also
Tyler,
shitty
how
liquor.
much does
Tyler
a Grey
drink
Goose
12
cost?
on.
How much does a Grey Goose cost?
$20.
For what? For what? An eighth?
No, a fifth.
For an eighth?
What are you buying? Weed?
What are you buying over there, Mark? You're buying an eighth of E&J?
No.
He go to his.
You buying an eighth of E&J?
goes-
That's K2, my brother.
If I'm buying E&J, I want a large amount of alcohol, and I'm getting it for cheap. It's not supposed to taste good. You're supposed to mix it. If you don't mix it, then you're crazy.
That's fair. Hey, that's fair.
You know, I get it, but also,
if I'm putting shit in soda, I'm not spending a lot of money on it.
I'm still not drinking the ENJ.
You're a whiskey drinker, so like I kind of get where you're coming from, but it's also not the same.
I'm still not drinking the ENJ.
I get if you spend like $60 on a bottle of really nice whiskey, you're not going to mix it and make like a Jack and Coke type
Whiskey's
drink.
not that expensive.
It can be. It depends on the bottle.
Well,
you get a bottle of Bolton's or something that's like $60.
If I'm
and
just
depending on if you buy like whatever.
If I'm just getting some regular ass whiskey, like I'm not spending that much
You're
money.
a whiskey
on it.
drinker?
Yeah.
Yeah, Mark's a whiskey. Do you know that?
Once you get into like bourbons
attention
and
to
shit, then I'll spend a little bit of money. Like spending $50 on a bottle of nice bourbon is perfectly acceptable.
That's one thing. And then
because you sip on it.
Those drinks are made that you're supposed to sit there, throw some ice in it, and sip on.
I'm not sipping shit. I want to get hammered to fuck.
So you buy ENJ.
So then don't sip it. You put it in a rocks glass. You let it get a little bit of ice in it, get cold, and then you slam that bitch like a man.
That's when you get the ENJ.
I was told we've been drinking Henny wrong, and the reason that it tastes like erasers is because with brandy and cognac, you're supposed to put a little bit of water in it and let it sit there, and you're supposed to drink it at room temperature.
Stupid.
It's
That's
never
stupid.
supposed to be in the freezer.
I know
that. I've been to a very fancy restaurant, and I was charged about, I think it was 18 for it, and it was a single. They gave me like a little fancy glass and
Henny
everything.
Did it taste different than when you put it on the bottle?
The same thing that happened to like Air Force Ones happened to Hennessy. You had people
Hip-hop.
not just. I mean, yes. Hold on, because they were popular things already, and then people that were broke and then made it rich and were in pop culture continued to do that. So then it became associated with the people that were rich and higher up in status in pop culture.
Henny's not that expensive now.
Dude, like Air Force Ones used to be like
shortage?
$75. And I'm not talking about inflation or anything like that because the prices skyrocketed way before like inflation just started getting crazy.
No, that's just because
hypebeasts buy and then like for no reason. Nelly is making songs like Air Force Ones, and then after that song, everybody wanted Air Force Ones again, and that just skyrocketed to like 110. Mm-hmm. Like there's something that is a cheap product. Hennessy is a mid-tier liquor at best, but because Hennessy has such a connotation around the name brand, around just being Hennessy, like Hennessy is now better.
Casamigos is not good.
Casamigos is also not good because it's I don't know who owns it. It's a celebrity tequila.
Is it?
It is. Terramana, a celebrity tequila. All of these shits that are like a celebrity just starts making liquor and selling that, most of them are all dog shit quality, and they just rely off their name brand being sold by that person. That's not every single one of them. Some are better than others, but across the board, you can have a celebrity sell that shit.
No,
Diego.
Phil,
The
when you're
parent
talking
company is
about
just called
cognac,
Diego.
when you're talking about cognac, it's
the parent
different.
company, yes.
Cheap cognacs all taste like dog shit.
All cognac tastes like dog shit?
It's like, yeah, basically.
I don't think that. I wouldn't say that across the board.
I had a different type of Hennessy called Hennessy XO. That's the real shit.
Who is it? Oh,
that
it said
is
it
the
was founded by
smoothest
an
cognac
actor
I've
and
ever
two
had in my
businessmen.
life.
It didn't say anything, and then Diego bought it.
You get an actor that starts a brand.
Tyler.
You get like The Rock has Terramana, right?
Which is ass.
So
don't drink Terramano.
So you get that brand going, and then you get it popping because it's your shit, and people buy it because it's your shit, and then you sell it off to a company for a bunch of money, and they keep selling it off the brand that you've already built, which you built off of your own brand as a personal celebrity.
Celebrity liquor is bad, but the only one that I really, really want is the Elon tequila because it comes with the lightning bolt in the stand. I wouldn't drink
Shut
it.
up.
Who's
if there's a fancy bottle, don't buy it.
What
If it's a fancy
God,
bottle and it costs a lot of money, don't buy
George
it.
Clooney's drink? George Clooney has not a whiskey. It's not Paul Masson. It might be Casamigos or something like that. Like, cause I'm pretty sure it's a tequila, but George Clooney was the one that made a brand of tequila, and then that became very popular, and then that got sold off to a parent company, and then it's just still a very popular tequila that gets bought.
Casamigos is ass.
But it's different.
Stop
It's different with
drinking
tequilas.
Casamigos.
It's different with.
No, look at you. You said fucking Grey Goose and apple juice.
I can't even drink tequila anymore. But if you're going to drink a tequila, pro tip: go somewhere and find the one that looks the most authentic, the one with a brand that you probably can't pronounce, and kind of looks shitty, and it's not the most expensive one, and it's probably going to be one of the better tequilas that you can find.
If it looks like a Casamigos bottle but isn't Casamigos, like it literally, like it's in Spanish and you don't know what's going on.
Yeah.
Or go to a Mexican restaurant and ask fucking your server what he'd recommend. If
Just
the
get
nigga
some
can barely speak
1800.
English, he knows what tequila he likes.
Just get some 1800.
That's so fucked up.
It's true.
It is true. Going to a Spanish, I went into a very weird spot at the local Spanish restaurant that I've been going to for years. Because I went to high school, or not high school, I went to middle school with this one kid. And his name was Jose. He was Peruvian. And he, left after, 6th grade. Because my school shut down and everybody transferred over and he went somewhere else. And he started working at this local Mexican restaurant. I reconnected with him after high school, and we had a whole conversation about this. And I was in a very weird spot where every time I'd go to that restaurant, he ended up being a waiter or something that I would see. And I always wanted to ask him, dude, are you Jose yada yada yada? I know you, and you look
didn't want to
exactly
ask the Spanish dude if his name was Jose.
I can't just be the random gringo
person
that shows up at the Mexican restaurant and be like, oh my god, dude, are you Jose? No, it's so awkward. And then I caught him in Dubbers one time, and I was like, dude, I have to ask you, did you used to work there? And he's like, yeah, I'm pretty sure I saw you all the time, but I didn't know it was you.
Okay. The problem that I come into is because I have a lot of Hispanic friends, so I know how to pronounce things, but I don't want to sound like I'm trying too hard. So I pronounce them wrong on purpose.
It's douchey. Being the white guy that's you say something. If you roll your R's and you say something all how you're actually supposed to say it, if you're a native Spanish speaker, if you're that guy, then it's kind of douchey because you're trying too hard and you're
at the same time, I just know how to speak
you seem
your
like you're
language.
better than everybody, but at the same time, it's also shitty to be like, let me get the fucking taquitos. It's not. It's a lose-lose situation for white people, but also they win everywhere else. So, jeez,
Wow.
scoreboard. How many things can you win before you have to start taking L's?
He got enough money to start making the shitty throw game.
I'm not gonna lie. So,
I'm not saying it's a good thing. It's just
what time we got right now?
Tyler, who cares?
it's probably 45.
So,
This is gonna be a 5-hour special.
Oof,
We're here
that
all day.
Big cap.
Can we make fun of
Big
Tyler
cap.
for the rest of the time?
No.
Can I say how cringe it is to walk around with hoodies like Tyler
What?
does all the time?
What?
Look at this.
Everyone's shame Mark.
Yeah,
Fuck you,
for
Mark.
shame. Boo.
I love
Boo. For
I like
shame, Mark.
hoodies.
Tisk tisk.
Why are you pulling my
What's
hood
wrong
down?
with hoodies?
Leave him alone.
Exactly. You're just bullying me to bully me.
There's
HR
actually
leaves
nothing
and
wrong with
they don't know how to
hoodies,
act.
but I just want to mess with Tyler.
Pick something better. Ask him why he didn't go get a haircut like we told him to.
Yeah, that was
I
my
want
next
to.
question. Why didn't you get a haircut?
Because I didn't want to. It'd be that simple.
Tyler, why don't you take care of yourself? Like in
We're
hygiene?
gonna have a poll in the comments.
I do take care of
Does
myself.
Tyler look like a sheep ass or no?
No.
He looks like a sheep's ass, unkempt.
Are you pulling my hood down? You're
Not
kind of being a child.
I want Tyler to do something crazy with his hair
He's
one
gonna
day.
perm.
Like Tyler with a Jerry curl would be crazy, and I'm fully supportive
What about
of
a
it.
shag?
No, if we were sitting there with Carter one time and he said, Tyler, if you got a shag, I would pull up to your house every day to fight you, and whether you whoop my ass or not, you would get tired of fighting me one day and you would just cut your hair. And I fully agreed with that because I would help him. I would show up with Carter to jump Tyler
For
if he
his
had a
shag?
For a shag.
Y'all niggas are hoes.
What is a shag? Is it like Eddie Murphy?
It's almost like a mullet. Almost like a mullet.
It's a Bobby Brown. You ever seen Mr. Telephone
Oh,
Man?
I've seen that.
Yeah.
That's a shag. Bobby Brown's hair
It
and
was
Mr. Telephone Man is a shag.
greasy.
All right. So pretty much, I don't get a
What if
haircut
he could sing like
I
Bobby
just-
Brown?
Because
I might let him get it off. Maybe.
What if he sang to you? What if you were his Mr. Telephone Man?
Tyler can't sing though.
Yes, he
Okay,
can.
I feel like
No, he
the,
can't.
I feel like the thing about, especially with black hair, I want to make sure I tap in with the right barber. I don't want to like white niggas just go around to anybody and be like, yeah, this is
They
good.
can go to
Nah.
Great Clips.
No. They can't go to Great Clips.
Okay,
You as a
okay.
white person will go to Great Clips and you walk out fucked up.
Listen,
Yes.
I kid you not.
You
walk
can't
out
win
with a
everywhere. You
fucking
win everywhere
bolt.
else, Phil. That's what I'm saying.
Okay, so I
Because
think,
like when the barber looks at you and they go and they close their eye and they like look at you in all different directions, like then you're fucked.
how you say this?
What's
so
up with
I
those
think-
barber videos of the dudes that like crack eggs in somebody's hair and like make ramen and like do all this crazy shit for just like Instagram
Dude,
views?
Asia.
Because Instagram is a wild place.
It's weird.
It's
Yeah.
Asia.
Also, hold on.
not
But
just Asia.
I do.
I've only
No,
seen the
it's
Asian
like-
barbers do it.
no, I've seen a lot of black barbers do that, like fucking with their buddies or whatever.
What about the naked barbers, like in Chicago?
Tyler
What?
be doing a naked barber.
You've never
now.
seen
Why
the
did you
naked
look him
barber?
up and
No, it's
down when you
Atlanta.
said that?
Who, me?
Why- You looked him up and down when you said that. He's like a naked barber, and then you looked him up and
I
down.
have a naked barber. Hey, tap in with Sheed. Tap in with Sheed.
Oh yeah, no.
That's why I go to
I went to Sports Clips. I think it was Sports Clips one time.
I went there before too. They fucked me.
And I really didn't see anything like a difference with my hair. I thought it was like, all right, Shawty did a good job, like whatever. And I went there because there was a concert in high school, some shit like that. And I was like, all right, let me go get it cut real quick. Went there. Went home. My mom looked. She's like, "Yeah, it looked cool." I told her where it was. She said, "Tyler, if you ever go there again, I'm beating you."
Tyler, why don't you go to the spot that you went to when you got a haircut for homecoming? By your mom's old place.
I don't live over there no more.
But Tyler, you could go there.
But I can't. So.
But you can.
No, when you get a barber, you keep going. Bro.
You gotta stay loyal to your barber.
Also, I didn't really like him. So I'm trying to find a new barber.
Because you don't like small talk, and that's what barbers do to get their tip.
Well, I'll go tip
You're
you
gonna
no matter
get a
what.
tip regardless. I don't want to talk to you.
But
Tyler's not tipping barbers.
I'm not tipping anybody.
You tip the barber?
Yes.
You tip the barber, but not waitresses.
You know what?
Are you shitting me right now?
Because me and Tyler are in agreement in philosophy about tipping. I think you should pay your workers a fair enough wage that I shouldn't have to tip you, because tipping wasn't a thing until 1920s America, and then you just had a lot of money because it was the Roaring 20s, and you paid extra money to get into the back and to have a nice table and get better service.
Nobody had
and
money.
Then tipping started to become a
credit.
stable thing over the years, and now you don't have to pay your workers anything over like $4 an hour because they get tips. Yes. And I think that's a really shitty system. And
But they make more money than we do.
But also, I recognize that I got bottle cards that I was dealt.
Dude.
If we're in a system that relies on tipping, I'm going to tip you because I'm not trying to fuck your money over. But at the same time, I don't believe in tipping like that.
No.
No,
Listen,
I'm upset that he tips
those
his
people
barber
make
and
so
not
much
his
money.
waitresses.
You got to tip your waitresses. Unless they give you really shitty service.
Yeah, if they give you shitty service, I'm
If the whole building is jam packed and you're waiting forever, that's one thing. But if they just come over and they're like, yeah, whatever, like, what do you want?
Okay,
Like,
time out.
they don't
But
care.
Shitty, but
Yeah.
I feel like sometimes this is how shitty the system is it's so ingrained that it's almost they have to tip. It's
have to tip.
guaranteed.
Tyler is the Black Panther of tipping. He's a Black Panther. He is Malcolm X of tipping.
Yeah.
Because they don't work for the tip. They just expect it. And that's not what a tip is. You earn the tip. No offense.
There's another thing. Also, you go to any store nowadays and then you'll ring up some microwave bagel from some fucking barista, and then they'll swivel the computer away.
Fuck
and
that.
it's like 15,
And then ask you for
10,
a tip.
15,
Tip
whatever.
those workers.
Fuck
Those
them.
workers make like
You're not getting nothing
$13,
from me.
$14 an hour. They don't get dick from me.
But if that's not the case, if you actually provided me a service or anything like that, you're getting a tip. If you're not just making money and probably already getting tips, and now you really didn't do anything for me. If I go to the vape shop and I get a vape and you swivel the fucking thing around for me and you want like a 15% tip, you can suck my gooch.
Every time I went to Subway when I worked at my old job, it would ask me for a tip. I'm like, this is fucking Subway. Who tips their Subway sandwich?
I'm not gonna lie. Of all the service industries, fast food probably deserves a tip because it's one of the shittiest jobs. Like retail and food
No, 'cause they suck at
are
their
two
job
of the
most of the
shittiest
time.
jobs, and then fast food is an
Because
even
they don't
shittier
Especially by
version
my
of
old
just
job?
working in
No.
food. Like, if there's any, like, you can go and you can hear 1,000 stories anywhere on the internet or in real life, or you can just go to your local McDonald's or anything, or your local Waffle House, and the workers are not treated like human beings. They are treated like animals.
As a nigga
dude.
who worked at McDonald's,
Like,
they're okay with it. They have fun.
yeah.
We used to slap box in the back of McDonald's. We deserved to get paid $9 an hour. We were not people. They don't treat us like people. We slap box when Szechuan sauce first came and we weren't selling it
If
yet.
I saw some nerd coming up like Rick and Morty, Szechuan sauce, I would not serve you.
No,
I'd walk
I
away.
stole this. Remember when I
would
came to
walk
your
away.
house with the Szechuan sauce?
Yes.
I stole a whole bunch of it, and it wasn't even for sale yet. Yeah, I had
I remember when you showed up to my house with a
tapped.
bag of the syrup.
Yeah.
You should have sold that shit on eBay.
What the fuck was it called?
The Fruitville shit.
Yes, wait, okay, so
The
it was before
Fruitopia.
high school. Fruitopia.
Fruitopia.
Okay, so we had a fucking...
That was crazy. I was like, what the fuck am I doing with this?
We had,
There was two of them.
what
It
the
was
fuck was
ridiculous,
it?
and they
A
were like
spring
50
break party.
pounds.
And it's syrup. Like, you have to dilute it.
Yeah, we had a spring break party, and we made jungle juice with it. We put a whole bunch of vodka, half the Fruitopia bag in there, and then hose water. And Mark went, it tastes hosey, and I was like, they're not gonna care. It's free
And
liquor.
they didn't.
I just ain't.
tasted terrible.
I still remember one of our. I don't know if it was like Spring Jake or anything like that. It was one of our big parties. It might have been Jake's graduation party. We made jungle juice, and me and our old producer Philo, shout out Skydiver Band, but me and him sat there drunk as fuck on a hammock.
And ate the fruit.
We had finished all of our beers, and the jungle juice and everything was gone. So it was just like one of those old like Gatorade coolers you'd see people dump on their coaches. It was like one of those. And we went in there and we just took 2 cups each and we filled it with the alcohol-soaked fruit and we cuddled on a hammock and we sat there eating the fruit and the cops came to that party. But
is that when we made Jello shots out of that watermelon rind?
Yes, I'm pretty sure. None of the neighbors at that house party called the cops and said like it was loud or anything. Nobody complained, but there were so many bodies at that party that it became like a fire hazard of people trying to leave the streets. So the cops came there and they were trying to figure out just how many people were there. So the cops walked through the backyard, like around the house,
counting niggas.
And me and this dude Philo were sitting there cuddling, eating
outside.
fruit. We were scared.
And
The cops walked by.
115.
They stopped counting at like 100 just on the outside, and then they were like, "This is insane! Like, what are you guys doing?"
The fact that nobody shut this party down or called the police is ridiculous.
One of the best parties
because they always called the cops when they got to a certain
birthday
point.
party? Yes.
Okay, so for Malik's birthday party, we threw this party, and you've been in Jake's house. The basement, the mid-floor, and the upstairs were all so packed.
The second mustiest party I've ever been to.
We had
Just from sheer amount of bodies. Just from sheer amount of bodies packed into one house.
we had a piñata. First off, we took a whole bunch of like blackout curtains and comforters and put them all over the windows. You couldn't hear shit coming from the house. We put the music on full blast, and we had 2 different like DJ sets going. One in the basement,
one in the basement, one in the mid-level.
And we went outside across the street, and we were like, okay, you can't even really hear the music. And then we went to every neighbor, and we were like, hey, look, we baked you some cookies. Ignore it. It's our friend's birthday. It's COVID. We don't want to be locked in the house anymore. And everyone was just like, yeah, stick it to the man. And we stuck it to the man. Then the police came, and they were like, the fact that no one called the police on this party is so ridiculous because we can see that there's
hair triggers.
There's
every
over
other party
500 people in that house. There's got to be at least 500 people in that house. And we can't do anything about it because you haven't broken any rules. We can't come in. We can't step on the property because no one called. All we can do is sit here and direct traffic.
The worst thing that happened at that party was there were so many people parked up and down the side streets and the actual street that the party happened on. People started parking into the neighbors' driveways. And so
the neighbors didn't care. They were like, you can't be here. But they were like, you can't be here. Those neighbors didn't say anything. We were like, no, like they don't care. They didn't call, so you can't do anything. You don't know whose cars those are. They're like, those are obviously party cars. Nope.
That's crazy
and nothing happened.
But I would say this.
Second mustiest party I've ever been to. The actual musty party that happened in Painesville. The musty party.
Are you talking about Trey's house?
Yes. The fact that that party was so musty that we call it the musty party is absolutely obscene.
At Trey's party, somebody.
So this kid had a party at his mom's house because his mom was out of town.
They threw his air conditioner
They broke his oven. They threw his air conditioner out the window. I'm pretty sure fights broke out at the end. But like there were so many people at the house, like you felt the old house's floor, like bob and weave with the people jumping to Chief Keef. Like you it was one of those parties that
you thought that bitch was about to collapse.
It wasn't even that there were so many people at one level. It was just the fact that everybody was so turned, everybody was jumping, and the party was moving so good that like you'd walk into the house, you'd smell the must, and you'd want to leave.
But it was lit.
You'd get into the party and you'd feel the floor shake, and you'd be like, I don't feel safe anymore. And it's not because they have guns at the party. It's because the house is going to fail.
Well, there were goons at the party.
There was guns at the party. There's guns at every house party.
The door would open, and the heat punched you.
I had to escape. The party so many times because being inside, it was hot. There were so many bodies. There were so many musty little children. It's sitting there, musty little 18, 17-year-olds just sitting there jumping around. That you'd have to go outside where it was like 20 degrees cooler and then party in the driveway. And that's where I spent most of the party. But every once in a while, I'd come into the party and you'd just be hit almost like a right hook.
No, you know when you
get hit
open
with
the
a right
oven?
hook of must and just hot. Just hot breath.
It was, you know when you open the oven and that shit.
Yes. No, it was ridiculous.
That was the party where the dude. Okay, so there was a dude in the backyard there.
He was so creepy. I know who you're talking about.
We're sitting there, me, Phil, and we're sitting around with a couple of women, and we're just kicking it. And this dude walks up and offers the girls a drink. He's like, "Yo, you want some of my bottle?" And they're like, oh, we don't know, like, we're drinking claws, we're not trying to get fucked up, we have to drive. And I go, I want some bottle. And he goes, no. And I was like, what?
Yeah.
He was like, no, it's for the girls. And I was like, so at first I'm like, okay, he's just trying to trap the house. And I was like, I ain't seen you drink out the bottle. He's like, oh, well, I don't want any. And I was like, wait, hold on. Let me see that. And it was a Malibu bottle. So I grabbed it from him, and he's like trying to pull it for me. And I see that it's blue, and I'm like, this isn't Malibu. And he's like, why are you worried about me? And I was like, you're trying to get my friend's liquor that you won't even drink. And he said, this nigga over here cock blocking, bro. And he just walked away. And now and I'm peeping him, watching him. He's only walking up to females, talking about, you want some of this? And when they're like, no, like, you drink some first. He's like, oh, I can't even do it. That nigga was out here trying to take shit.
He was trying to hit him with the potion, and nobody was fucking with the dudes, the girls, nobody. Everybody thought he was creepy.
He was.
Because he was. He was
That
very
shit was
creepy.
bubbling. It looked like he had a cauldron. That was the cheek cauldron.
If you ever go to take a shot from somebody and it's like sizzling, you shouldn't do it.
All right, what are y'all doing?
What is happening over
Tyler
there?
just signaled, so
You got a shit?
I guess.
Hold it. Be a man.
Okay.
Shout out to Be a Man TikToks because they were great.
5 minutes till what? Till the hour? Okay. I think we should hit like an hour, 15, hour 30 today.
Yeah, a little over an hour.
You know, I got shit to do. It was first day
It's
back.
the comeback, you know. We're in our new studio. Everybody, shout out Westside Productions.
Mark, move real quick.
Damn.
What? Sorry.
guess.
What's your podcast called?
Bring her in.
Yeah, come
on.
here. Come on, Mark, scoot over. No, come here. Come on.
Shuffle in. Come on.
Shuffle in.
You're putting me on spot.
Yeah, I don't care.
It's okay, come on.
On spot?
Yeah.
An associate,
Just real quick.
fellow podcaster.
Fellow podcaster, also part of Westside Productions.
Not really, no.
Well,
Hop in the spot.
she just like us.
What's going on?
She
On the
records
hot
here.
seat. What's
On the
going
hot
on?
seat. What
Give,
up?
it, give a little
What's up?
promo. Say your name. Do what you got to do.
I'm Michaela. I just started a podcast. It's called the LRT Talk. And it's dropping today.
Oh, yeah, so a
Tune
week
in.
ago from when we drop ours. But check it out, you pussies.
Yeah.
When you guys dropping yours?
Next week.
Mine's dropping
Raleigh
today.
Saturday.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Oh.
So it's gonna be a
it'll
week
be
ago.
last week when
Yeah.
they see this.
When they see this.
Oh, okay,
7 days
okay.
from now.
Okay, tight.
It's YouTube time.
Yeah. YTG.
you guys just
All right.
dropping
Anybody
too?
got any questions for Michaela over there? She in the hot seat now before
Yeah,
Tyler
hold
comes
on,
back.
hold
Come
on.
on.
All right,
What is your
all right.
podcast about?
Life, running, and travel?
Running? Oh, yeah, you're a runner.
I am a runner.
I don't run. She's a marathon runner. It says in her Instagram.
What kind of running do you do?
What do you mean?
Marathon.
running?
Runner.
I'm a
Yeah,
marathon
she
runner.
be
Do you
moving
just
weight.
do marathons, or do you do like those challenges and stuff?
Oh, like triathlons and stuff like that?
Yeah,
Or-
stuff like that.
No, I kind of just do marathons. I mean, I run like 5Ks, but it's mainly.
What do you think of the guys that run across literal countries?
I don't know how they do that. That's kind of cool though.
Over here, Forrest Gumping. You know.
Maybe me one day. We'll see.
It's like the same energy of the guys who do free climbing.
Give us a hot
climbing
take.
is
Give us
gross.
something.
Yeah.
What'd you say?
What opinion
Give us a
do you
hot
have?
take. Give us anything. Come on.
Give us anything.
Yeah, go ahead. You got free reign.
You can get us canceled if you want. Like say some crazy shit.
Don't
I've
be
said a
nervous.
lot of crazy shit on
I
this
don't know what
podcast.
to say though. What do
Yeah,
you,
we're
What do
putting
you
you on
want
the spot.
What do you
That's
want
the
to
whole
talk
point.
about?
what do you want to talk about?
Give us a topic.
Yeah.
Oh, what about Ohio just opening up the sports betting?
That's
You guys-
terrible.
You know
guys-
what?
you guys talk
It is
about that yet?
good, but
No.
it's
They're
bad.
about to
I've
make
lost
us so
almost
much
every
money.
time.
I love some sports betting, but at the same time, it's like,
We're gonna increase homelessness.
yeah, there's gonna be a lot of people. Even like my older brother, like he was a betting dude, but he was never really a betting dude. And now he's starting to place bets every week. Like I have never seen him care
That is
this
me.
much
I've been
about
betting
the
every
NBA
night.
ever. And now I see him at a family function, and he's like, "Dude, my parlay's about to hit. I need this, and this to happen." And
no.
it's like, you're dumb. You're dumb.
If you do parlays,
He
you're
just
done.
won $1,000 though.
Yeah, and he's about to lose it all betting.
If you're going past just betting money lines, like you're crazy. Dude.
No, I'd rather like if it comes to NBA and stuff like that, I'd rather bet like individual bets than just money lines. Because if it's like so and so to hit this many points, or like
Oh, you
many
like the prop
rebounds and
bets.
stuff like
You
yeah,
like the
like
prop bets.
prop bets.
No,
are
I'm talking
fine.
money line, like
Just
this
who's
team's
gonna win.
Like who's gonna win? It's a
when it
pick'em.
comes
That's
to
what I
stuff
do.
like my bread and butter, when it comes to sports, is a lot of like fighting, boxing, MMA, shit like that. I'll always bet money lines. I won't bet like by this round and stuff like that. I won't take
I
those
could
prop
do
bets.
that.
But if it's like
Give me a Derek Lewis
if
fight.
it's an
I'm calling it down to the
NBA or
round.
an NFL game or anything like that, yeah, no, I'm taking prop bets over just money lines.
What do you be betting on?
Parlays and like if like a player is gonna like hit a certain amount of points.
You got a
or-
favorite?
Yeah, you can do
Like
prop
sport?
bets. That's what I'm talking about.
I mean, I've just been betting on like the NBA right now, not really like football.
That's fair.
Hey, when y'all go and bet, I don't know if the national championship is gonna happen by the time this comes out.
Bet on us.
Bet on TCU and bet Volk in the same bet. Alexander Volkanovski, you will win so much money.
I don't know, man. Dude, I want to put money
You
because
will win
that
so
money
much
line
money.
is juicy for the Alexander
Dog,
Volkanovski.
if you bet the
bet,
TCU and Alexander Volkanovski and you bet $5, you
Listen,
win like 600.
I know Volkanovski is a better fighter than when he fought Chad Mendes for the interim title. But if Chad Mendes, being an old decrepit muscle hamster that he was, could take his back, and he did lose the fight on a decision, I'm pretty sure, or like a late third round stoppage, but if he can take his back and hold his back for a minute, I think Islam Makhachev could. Islam Makhachev's low-key of just a less raging, more technical Khabib. Let's be honest, he's around the same size as Khabib. He doesn't. I don't think he cuts just as much weight. He's just like bigger, in stature. But
Khabib
like,
weighs more outside the gym.
Yes, and then you have the fact that he's a better striker than him. Although I don't think he would ever outstrike Volkanovski. But Volkanovski's going to have to really like. I know he's going to work on his wrestling. He's going to do a bunch of stuff like that, work on his ground game, and he's always really been good on the ground. But he's going to have to bulk up.
It stopped.
No, Tyler's back.
Cartoons.
What about him?
Music and cartoons.
Why do you want to talk about?
So good. Some of them really fucking good.
Because I feel like recently I was watching probably the best iteration of the Scooby-Doo franchise, except for hopefully Velma. If Velma's really, I have high hope that Velma's going to be a great show.
Why were people so up in arms about Velma being a lesbian when that was the running joke for
It's very
decades?
clear that she is.
Decades.
Because things being a joke and things being real are two different things with the far right.
That's fair.
And then also,
No, I feel like it's a lot of older folks like safeguarding.
Being gay is
No, it's also a lot of people that grew up with the cartoon like kind of safeguarding because they never thought of it like that.
No, they did. They're like, oh, she's fucking dying.
Everybody
But
either
her
thought
actually
Velma
liking
was
women.
fucking Shaggy or they thought Velma was a lesbian.
So in this show, in the one iteration, the iteration I'm talking
Shaggy's
about,
had other love interests too.
Scooby-Doo Mystery Incorporated. In this iteration, Velma and Shaggy are dating. They are a couple. So it is there. There's been iterations done of those two kind of being paired together, but and then also if you look at the early 2000 live actions, she had a male.
He was trying to fuck Mary Jane.
Yeah, no, she had
and Velma had the leather on. Let's talk about that. Hold on, let's talk about Velma with the leather on, because like that was a weird awakening for a lot of kids.
It was. You're not wrong.
That was.
And the crazy thing, if you look at one of the most like cosplayed characters like of a cartoon, she's probably up
Leather
there.
Velma.
You know how much OnlyFans content I've seen of Velma?
Not even just leather Velma, just regular Velma.
How many you go on a girl's
But
Twitter
how many
and she's
pornos have been made
busty?
with that theme too? Like seriously.
Yeah,
Probably
because
a
it's
lot.
capitable.
Great. She wears a skirt. It was a skirt with a turtleneck.
Tyler,
Yeah.
I remember I said I wasn't gonna bring this up, but remember when you used to put mirrors on the bottom of your shoes to look up girls' skirts at Lake?
Jesus
Whoa.
Christ.
That was a lie propagated
I was
by the
kidding,
state.
yeah.
That was propagated by the state.
That wasn't even the state. That was the world government right there.
That was the red
That was a
button.
conspiracy theory.
I can't wait to clip that and put that on Instagram.
We're not clipping that. We can't.
We should, because it's
Gotta
funny.
let that one slide.
But I will say this. So I was watching Scooby-Doo Mystery Incorporated, and they had the Hex Girls, and that's like one of the running.
The Hex Girls were another awakening for a lot of people. The Hex Girls are why people fuck with goth girls. Raven and the Hex Girls did irreparable damage to a lot of children.
Shigo.
Shigo.
Yeah.
Chico?
Shigo too.
And Danny Fenton's friend.
No. If we're gonna talk about Danny Phantom, can we talk about how fucking wide his dad was for no reason? That dude was like 4 doorways wide. Can we talk about that? Like Danny Fenton's mom, Mama Fenton. Oh,
They do it on
but
purpose.
also,
They do it on purpose.
Jack Fenton, the dad from Danny Phantom, is wide as fuck for no reason.
But they do it on
about
purpose.
37. That dude's about 37 feet wide for no reason.
They do it on purpose.
On purpose. What was the purpose?
Because
What was
like,
the purpose of him not being able to fit through a doorway?
I don't know. Like when you're a kid, I don't know. They're
Huh.
probably thinking like a kid probably thinks their dad is
Why
fucking
Phineas shaped like
ginormous.
that?
That's like
'Cause he's
that's like
fucked.
that's like Uncle Ben from Ben 10.
Verp's fucked too.
Hey, hold
Uncle
up.
Ben from Ben 10 was beating up on aliens.
Hey,
And he's
Let
just
me
a
show you
dude.
why I'm
Mark.
Ben 10, baby.
He just went to space a couple times.
Mark, if
like-
I walked up to you and was like, "Hey, my friend Phineas is coming over. He's pretty cool," and he was literally
shaped like
Phineas from Phineas and Ferb, and his head was
Oh
shaped
my
like
god!
that.
I'm poking
You
him
could
in
not
the
bring
nose.
him around me.
I'm going.
You
I'm
could
going.
not bring him around me because I'd just be like, hey, bro, why are you shaped like that? Can you imagine that? Can you
What
imagine?
did Charlie
Like,
say to Shrimp? He was like, "Bro, but like,
He said-
you're just like fucked."
Dude,
He looks like
you
an
were
Arthur
a shrimp
character,
from birth.
bro.
Like you didn't even have a chance. Like I'm sorry. Like, I
You
didn't mean
just-
to say this,
You
but
just
you're
couldn't
fucked.
help it, but you're like, you're fucked.
He looks like that dude from Arthur that was like swimming, and he had his nose out, and he looked like a shark.
Who's the dude from Arthur who had like the pelican mouth? He was shaped like a penis. He was he was shaped like this, and he had the one tooth. No, not Arthur. Not Arthur. Hey,
rabbit?
Arnold.
Arnold?
Hey, Arnold.
Oh.
The dude who was shaped like. He had like.
Are you talking about the bully?
Yes, he had Stewie's head, but like on his mouth, and then he had like.
Yeah,
an
he looked like
actual-
a
We're gonna
snowman.
talk about
His
cartoons.
head was like a
Can we
snowman.
talk about the real hater? Can we talk about the hater of them all?
Randall?
the bitchest man.
No,
Yes,
Invader
Randall from
Zim.
Recess, the bitchest man
No.
that ever lived.
No, it
Invader
was
Zim
Randall.
is way more of a hater.
No,
he hates the
Invader
whole
Zim-
world for
Invader
no
Zim
reason.
was a hater. But Randall was
First
a
off,
hater for his own gain. Randall
Zim-
was such a bitch,
Zim
dude.
is such a hater.
Zim was on a
Randall's
mission.
just a bitch.
No, he was
Randall's
on
a
a mission,
bitch and a
Tyler.
half, dude.
No, not he wasn't quote unquote on a mission. He was actually on a mission to
Tyler,
take
they
over
were
the
making
planet.
fun of him because they put him there because they knew he was gonna fail.
Can we talk about the
he
irreparable
thought he was on
damage
a
that
real
Invader
mission.
Yeah,
Zim
and
did
that-
to the
he's a
Hot
hater.
Topic community? Can we talk about that?
What?
Invader Zim destroyed the Hot Topic economy.
Why?
All of the fucking nerds that loved weird kind of gothic shit and they loved Invader Zim, and then Invader Zim invaded the Hot Topic community. Invader Zim has done irreparable Tumblr level damage to so many people, and it doesn't get talked about enough.
Shout out
Tumblr,
to
bring-
Cartoon Network for ruining
Tumblr,
our
bring
childhood.
porn
I was gonna say Tumblr.
That was
Please bring
Nickelodeon.
weird porn back. I need it.
Tumblr
Zim is in
porn
there.
was
No,
great.
but like that's a Cartoon
It's,
Network.
it's not fully
That's a
back.
Cartoon Network style cartoon.
That's
when they were getting weird, and Nick was
you
like,
go to Tumblr
I
and
see
you're gonna
you, Cartoon
find like
Network.
porn, but it's not the
I
same
wouldn't say
kind of
that was
porn.
a
You're not gonna
Cartoon
find hardcore
Network style.
porn on
What?
Tumblr.
Kind of was.
Like Invader Zim.
Because Cartoon Network was always edgy. And
Invader Zim was a
Nickelodeon
Nickelodeon show.
Let's
Yeah.
talk about how the
No, but I'm saying Nickelodeon.
not the codename
was
Kids
like-
Next Door, but the Adventures of Billy and Mandy.
Love
The
it.
Grim Adventures of Billy and Mandy is the greatest show that
And they
Cartoon
buried
Network
it.
might have ever made.
They're bankrupt.
It's up
now.
there, dude. No, like that's
Cartoon Network
top
doesn't
3,
exist
and it's
anymore.
not 3. Like that's like it goes like Adventure Time, maybe
No.
Steven Universe,
No.
and then
Billy and Mandy's better than
Mandy,
both of
and
those.
then
You're
regular
actually
show.
tweaking, but that's fine.
No, you know the problem with Adventure
You're
Time.
actually tweaking.
Adventure
It's-
Time
it's
and
like-
Steven Universe were better than regular
Adventure
show.
Time.
I'll die.
Yeah,
on that
no,
hill. I will.
Regular
die
show
on
wasn't
that hill.
that good, but
Regular show was
Listen.
better than I will ever get it credit for. Like regular show was great.
if you're
But it
structuring
was
a cartoon
not
like
better
an
than
anime,
Adventure
though,
Time, and it was not better than Steven Universe.
they
It was
structured
better than
Adventure
Steven
Time
Universe.
like
No,
an
it
anime, and you need
It
to
was.
tune in
Are you
every
one of
week.
the
or you're
Steven Universe
completely lost.
culters?
I disagree.
Coulters, no, but
Tyler,
as somebody who's
I
watched
got to
both
a certain
shows all the
point
way through,
where you had no idea what was going on
Steven
if you just
Universe
tuned
is a
in.
better
one day.
show.
Okay, so
I'm not saying it washes it by any means, but I think that there is a decisive, like, there's a difference between a 10-8 round and a clear 10-9 round, and Steven Universe was getting 3 10-9 rounds against regular show. It's not a wash. They didn't fucking embarrass them. They didn't beat the shit out of them, but they clearly won.
This
Billy and
nigga's
Mandy's so
smoking
much
penis.
Billy
Regular
Mandy-
show,
smoking
no.
penis.
regular
So
show
much
is
better.
number 4,
It is
and then
way
you can either
edgier,
put
which
like
is-
you
which
could put
is-
like Billy
oh.
and Mandy or the codename Kids Next Door for number 5.
No,
You're forgetting about
Billy
Teen
Mandy's
Titans.
number 1.
Teen Titans, I put in a league of its own.
Teen
Of its
Titans
own.
is not a cartoon.
Teen
it's
Titans,
an anime.
if you want to include that in all of the Cartoon Network shows, Teen Titans is better than both Steven Universe, regular show, and Steven Universe.
Teen
Billy and
Titans
Mandy.
is like an
It's
American
also
anime.
better than Billy and Mandy, yes. No, if we're going to include that within the whole diaspora of fucking Cartoon Network shows, I think it goes Adventure Time, Teen Titans,
You think Adventure Time is better than Teen Titans?
not by much, but yes.
Can't let that slide.
I think Adventure Time is one of the most perfect shows that you've ever had.
It's because it's too. It's not
in
really
the
a
same way that
cartoon.
One Piece is the best anime that has ever
Because you
been.
watch a bajillion episodes of One Piece, and that's good for you,
Okay,
Phil.
and I've also watched Naruto, and I've also watched Dragon Ball Z.
Yes,
and if we're gonna count
you
those
like
as
anime.
if we're gonna, I don't really like anime that
Regular
much.
Adventure Time is structured like
I
that,
watched
though.
it a lot more growing up than I do now. So if we're gonna talk about like the big three, we're gonna talk about these groupings of anime. One Piece is better written than a lot of these shows. One Piece does not have better fight scenes than Dragon Ball Z.
Definitely.
But it has a better plot and it has better writing than both of those shows.
Dragon Ball Z has been around forever.
Dragon Ball Z is better than Naruto.
Naruto is not as good as Dragon Ball Z. I agree with that. Naruto is like, people put way too much sauce on Naruto, and I like Naruto.
Because it's the gateway drug to anime for a lot of people.
Naruto, like, even if we're gonna talk about anything about these animes, no matter what, you gotta boil it down to not only the quality of writing and the quality of certain arcs. If you're going to compare the best arcs to the best arcs, Naruto has some very good highlights, but the lowlights of Naruto are worse than any other.
But Naruto wasn't meant to be deep like that. It was meant to be like an entry level anime.
No. Then you can say all of them were.
They were very surface level.
It really
they were sometimes.
That's why they showed it on like Toonami and shit. It was a gateway to a lot of anime.
All three of these shows were shown on Toonami.
One Piece was on Toonami.
One Piece was on Toonami.
Yeah.
Dragon Ball Z was on Toonami. Dragon Ball Z also had a remake of Dragon Ball Z Kai that was literally made to get the newer audiences, the kids. It was dumbed down to get kids into it. And Dragon Ball Z Kai is still fucking better than most of Naruto.
Naruto is like that in a lot of ways because you can tune in.
Naruto
you can tune in
at
to
the highest
a Naruto.
highs, Naruto had arcs that are better than some arcs in One
can
Piece,
get the
better
gist.
than some arcs in Dragon Ball Z. But overall, you have so many more problems with Naruto than you have these other shows. You have
It's not supposed
way
to be
more
deep
filler.
like that.
It
Yes,
is. Yes,
all
it is.
of them
If you
are.
look,
Look, anime is
all
supposed
of
to be
them
deep.
are.
Anime, period.
No,
That's why
because-
adults watch it.
because-
If you're gonna
So-
sit here and say, and like, no, like
The first series
if
of Naruto
can hit the highs that it has, Naruto can't hit the lows that it has. You can say that.
No, 'cause they tried a little
One
bit.
Piece
They
has
tried a
had
little
some
bit.
lows. Dragon Ball Z has had some lows, but across the lows, if you're gonna have every single iteration of your show, you can have 3 seasons, right? You had your Naruto Shippuden, and Boruto, and if both of them, not both of them, all 3 of them are far more filler than all of the other shows and don't really hit the high highs and have much worse lows than all the other shows, it's the worst show of the group.
But
And also, it's
if
supposed
I'm
to be
giving
that deep.
somebody an intro to anime,
That's not what Naruto was supposed to be.
If
Naruto
I'm giving
was
somebody an
supposed-
intro
I'm
to
giving them
anime,
the
I'm
first
giving
season
them
of
like
Naruto.
Cowboy Bebop, Evangelion, Berserk, something like that.
You
Something
give them
that's
a quick
short.
one
Something
season-
that's short. Sailor Moon, too long, but also valid. Inuyasha, too long,
if you're
not
gonna-
finished, also valid.
If
like,
you're gonna give
these
a-
shows are
Hunter
great.
x Hunter. Not finished, great.
Okay,
Yeah.
I'm about to say Hunter x Hunter is a great example of a beginner
Hunter x
anime.
Hunter,
It's
better,
not
better than Naruto.
yeah,
By
better,
far.
clear,
By far.
clears it. Like that's not even a discussion.
Yu Yu Hakusho, better than Naruto.
But there's a lot. There are a lot of animes that
are better than Naruto.
you could start someone off with that is better than Naruto.
Yeah,
Naruto
Rascal
is
does
not.
do Wanna Girl Senpai.
No, we
As
didn't
somebody
say
that
that.
hasn't
Shut
seen
up,
the
shut
whole
up,
show, I kind of get why you say that, but I completely disagree.
It's a great intro show. It's only
Shut
12
up.
It is
episodes. It
far-
has great.
But it depends on what anime you're trying to get them into,
I was
because
just
that's kind of like a slice of life show, and there's a lot of people that don't give a fuck about slice of life.
Not at all.
It's not really a slice of
It
life.
is a slice of life. It's a slice of life. It's,
What life do you know where niggas literally can just explode? They
Xavier,
feel like exploding?
what other genre would it fit in?
It's not a shonen.
And it's not a fantasy.
And it's
well,
a fantasy. It's literally a fantasy.
Fantasy isn't even just a genre. I forget what it's called, but it's like shoujo, I think.
And then
and
it's not
shoujo
isekai.
is usually like
It's not a
how
harem.
shonen is geared toward young male adults. Shoujo, I'm pretty sure it's shoujo. I might be wrong. Is geared towards young female audience, and that is your more romance. It is more of your
Citrus, fruits baskets,
Stuff like
not
that.
Citrus,
do you know?
not
Do you know
citrus.
what we got as kids? Do
Fruits
you know why we're
baskets, not
talking like this
citrus.
right now, guys?
You're like, I'm not
Because-
saying any shoujo is better than any shonen, but I'm also saying that like for a slice of life or a shoujo show, it's probably not the best, but it is high up. Like I'll give it that. Like it's not a bad show, but I thought it was boring. But I also am not a fan of those kinds of shows.
So, Mark, what are you about to say?
So, do you know why we're talking like this right now? And
Why?
The reason why we even give a fuck about anime?
Because it's great.
Because we
Because
nuked
no,
Japan.
it's because two cartoons that we all saw as kids.
Yu-Gi-Oh.
No, not even Yu-Gi-Oh.
Pokemon, Yu-Gi-Oh.
Pokemon and Avatar.
Avatar.
I started watching anime before
Avatar is like an
Avatar's
American...
in a league of its own if we're going to compare it to any other
It's
anime.
basically
because
an anime.
It's basically...
The book is basically it's an American iteration of what an anime is, like, and that got us into it.
Yeah, no.
No, but it got us into it. It got us into the style.
If we're going to include Avatar, we got to include the Boondocks because that's just American anime.
Yeah, but
it's the same animation
not everybody's
style,
watching the
but it's
Boondocks.
not.
Everyone watched the Boondocks.
Not every kid is watching
I was a
the
very
Boondocks.
sheltered kid. For a living where I was kind of a bubble boy and stayed online on the computer and stuff, and I watched the Boondocks growing up on TV, like
because it was huge. It was huge on the internet,
and it was huge. It was huger on TV than it was on the internet.
Yeah, but people talked about it all the time.
The Boondocks, yeah, because it was great.
But if you're, I'm talking about like
it is literally the same thing as Avatar. People talk about it all the time because it's great. But it's not the same thing as we're going to compare like actual animes.
No, but I'm saying it's a gateway to what got us into anime.
Was Pokemon and
Avatar
Digimon.
Didn't do shit.
Digimon came on right after Pokemon on the 4U kit.
Pokemon got so fucking boring after a point.
I understand why people like Digimon, but I was never a Digimon kid.
Digimon was heat.
I would say the anime that really got me going was easily Dragon Ball. Dragon Ball was the start, and then
Tyler, what was the first anime like TV show you've ever watched?
Like Teen Titans, easily Teen Titans.
I agree with that. Teen Titans or Dragon Ball Z was what got most of the kids into it. And if we're going to talk about just popularity,
Samurai Jack was so good.
If we're going to talk about just popularity over anything, Dragon Ball Z is the clear number one over any show you could ever name. There are people across the world that don't know what anime is, but they know who Goku is. Like there's nothing that you can really compare to it.
But I didn't start out like that. So I started out with shows like Avatar, Teen Titans, Samurai Jack, shit like that.
So weird.
And then because Tyler, I didn't know what Toonami was until I was like 13.
So
Mark wasn't staying up late.
So once
Mark was on
I was
channel
actually
50 with
allowed
George
to
Lopez.
stay up
Mark
past 9 o'clock.
Hey, fuck you. I love George Lopez.
Yeah,
It was a great
George
show.
Lopez
was a great show.
It was a great show.
George Lopez was on at the same time as Toonami. So if he's watching George Lopez, he's not watching Toonami.
I used to watch Married with Children and George Lopez every day before school. Those are great shows.
Yeah. But getting back to what I was saying, those shows that were on Cartoon Network and Nickelodeon were the things that got me to stick around and watch Toonami.
I get it.
That's all I'm saying.
I get where you're coming from.
Because they're structured like an anime to where you kind of have to watch everything as a collective, and the art styles are kind of similar. They're just Americanized.
Okay, I just want to go back to one thing real quick. So what Mark was saying, how Adventure Time was kind of like I feel like
it's structured like an anime.
I disagree.
Adventure Time
there's a lot of
the
lore.
highest level that we've seen of just like animated shows.
You gotta know a lot of lore
and
to like follow
Nickelodeon and
it.
Disney.
I disagree. The only reason why I disagree is because I feel like if you really want to talk about a show that was structured like you had to watch the previous episode to understand, Steven Universe is like that. Like if you
that's another one.
But Adventure Time is still better than Steven Universe. But also, if you're gonna talk about the like you have to watch it episode to episode thing, the later you get into the show, with every season, it gets more and more like
Adventure Time is like bringing shit back from like 3 seasons ago.
Regular show was random, and they wanted to see if it would work.
Adventure Time and regular show both had the same thing of they started off really random and they were just random access humor and they were shit like that for the first 2 seasons. Right. And then they built on it so heavy. But I think that Adventure Time built on it better than regular show.
Yeah, but like they're bringing shit back from like 5-6 seasons ago, and if you're watching that, like just like you saw it come on and like, okay, I kind of like Adventure Time. I'm gonna tune in, but I don't watch it every day.
I was sitting there yelling
be like, what the hell is going on here?
Well,
it's kind of like you tune in the middle of an anime. You're like, what the hell is going on here? I have no idea what's going on.
But more anime is more story driven, and that like
Adventure Time is
if
too.
You start watching The Walking Dead in season 3, you're gonna be like, what the fuck's going on?
No, but I'm talking about when kids are watching cartoons. A lot of cartoons are designed to where you could just watch a one-off episode and understand what's going on the whole time.
Most of Adventure Time was just one-off until you got to like the last 3 seasons, so they got really story.
Everything after season 2, there's like 7 seasons of Adventure Time, and everything after season 2 was you actually had to pay attention to the show.
Not really. Like again, they still had their random adventures because
through season 1 through season 7, through all of the seasons of Adventure Time, you had to sit there and actually like, oh, well, this episode's like this episode. Like, it was all different in every single episode of Adventure Time, just like it was in regular show, but they had overarching plots and they had overarching shit that layered into itself. And Adventure Time just did it better.
The only things, especially with, let's say, Adventure Time, it was the Marceline, her whole thing.
Finn's growth as a person.
Finn's growth was great.
The actual socio-political aspect of
the Ice King,
like
the Ice King's, the creation of the world that we knew.
Princess Bubblegum is a dick.
And for young kids,
Princess
that's
Bubblegum
like not
was a
something
dick,
you could
but
really
she's
understand.
less of a dick than people make her out to be.
No, she was a dick.
Yes, no. She was an older woman that played a young boy who was really into her, but also at the same time, think of any 16-year-old that has a 12, 13-year-old that's in love with you. Like, she acted like a regular person. And yes, because Finn was the main character, it seems like she's worse than she is because we sympathize with Finn.
But
and because Finn was Finn, and we knew more about Finn than we knew more about Bubblegum.
But she was actually sacrificing niggas.
She did,
like outside of Finn.
And then you look at like
she's a ruler.
Then you look at like the war
like they
for
portrayed her as a
you look at the
monarch.
shit that she had with her own family dynamics. You kind of understand why she did. She was not a good person. Pretty much nobody in Adventure Time was really good people, except maybe Finn. Like, look at Jake. Jake was a great person. Jake was a main character. Jake was a piece of shit father. Jake did not raise his kids. Jake had like 8 kids, didn't raise none of them. Like, no. Like, all of these characters were shitty. All of them were flawed.
Marceline was flawed.
Yes, she was.
Yes, she was a bigger dick than Bubblegum.
No,
Marceline,
Bubblegum was a bigger
wasn't.
dick
No,
than
she wasn't.
Marceline.
Marceline would do whatever she wanted, and then she would just go, "Guys, my dad."
She also had the least ties to anything in the show than these other characters. So she had more free range just within the plot to do whatever she wanted than any of these other characters.
She was a dick.
All of these characters were dicks.
But that's why I like Billy and Mandy, because they're even more dicks.
Good.
They were so much more dicks. Every single character was an asshole.
Fred Burger.
And I loved it. Every single moment of it.
You're not bad.
Billy wasn't really
Billy was a dick.
Billy wasn't a dick. He was just
Billy
stupid.
was absolutely remedial.
He was
a
special.
dick.
No, he was
remedial.
But there's also episodes where he absolutely is a dick. Everybody had an opportunity to be a dick in that show, and they just ran with it. It was
Mark,
great.
have you ever met a special ed kid? They can be dicks.
Yeah, he's met
Yeah,
Xavier.
They can be
Like the way
They
he
can
was
be
dogging
dicks.
on Grimm was so funny.
They went
he
on
just
the
doesn't
system
know
for
It was
that
so
episode.
funny.
He doesn't know any better. The only person that Billy should not have been that mean to was the spider, who thought that Billy
Oh
was
yeah,
his
no,
dad.
that's why
He
Billy.
was
If
a
you're gonna
guy.
say anybody was a dick for that, Billy was a dick because he was just a deadbeat dad, and he was terrified of spiders. And he just wanted to be family.
Hey, Dad, and then he'd punch him in the face.
Yes.
Because why are you telling me I'm your father? I don't know you, nigga. Get the fuck away
He
from
came
me.
out the spider sack, and that was the first thing he saw. That was his dad.
No, nigga, I'm not your father. Don't love me. You know I gotta pay
All right, we're about
child
to wrap
support.
it up. All right. Thank you for tuning in to 2020.
Welcome back. Thank you.
OBG.
Goodbye.
Let
Thanks,
us know
Schmucks.
what
Goodbye.
you think. Follow us, subscribe, all that good shit. This has been the boys.
Bye.